Hello, and this is Eckhart English. So here we'll be looking at some of the aspects of English and how the language can be used to either express or impress. Firstly, with a view on history, this has always been a semi-scientific language. So English was supposedly expected to spread, and this spread was just as inevitable as it can get. Also, as it turns out that most of those scientists, especially in the modern era, spoke the language of English all through their life. And when I say scientists, these were real scientists who made the difference in the world, and these were the most enlightened scientists to have ever walked on earth, such as the likes of Sir Isaac Newton, Sir Charles Darwin, or Sir Albert Einstein. Secondly, English is the third most spoken native language in the world, and as eventually understood, the language is as important as any other language on the planet. As for the third cause, English is also the most accepted second language, which is officially recognized in countries all across the world. And finally, the fact that's really important and pivotal is that English has been the foundational language for the World Wide Web, or as we call it, the Internet. Looking at the map here, we can see that these are the countries that spoke English natively. As understood, this counts to around 1/5 of the world that spoke English as their native language. So now looking at this map, you can see that English is officially recognized as a national language in many countries, apart from their native language or national language, or which is their native choice of language. Now this is around 1/3 of all the world's population that speak English or belong to those countries that recognize English as one of their official languages. Now combining both the maps together, so this includes the countries that has English as their native language, and also those countries where English is an official language. So here we see that almost all the world speaks English in some or the other way, even though the intensity in the numbers of speakers of each country that speak English may vary. So we can conclude by saying that almost all the world speaks English in consistent manner, even though the intensity might differ. So now coming back to the prospect of English language in today's world, we see that English is one of the most evolved languages that is more workable as compared to any of the modern languages that we see and hear today. The first fact remains that the language is more oriented towards work and uncomplicated communication between people. As obvious, functionality remains a pivotal characteristic of the language. And not as a surprise, English also remains as one of the most studied foreign languages in the world, even in the native countries where English is spoken natively. So it would be wise to conclude by saying that English is a language which can be used to efficiently express ourselves or effectively impress others. In other words, it's how you express yourself that really impress others. So we hope that this session was really helpful for you, and we look forward to see you for more videos. So you can visit us on www.echartenglish.com.au or www.echartenglish.in. You can also write to us at info@echartenglish.com.au.